We're now hearing from the woman who caught and turned in 2 fugitives accused of killing one's mother inside a Silver Spring community. Fox 5's Sydney Persing is live there now in front of Charter House with that stunning interview. Sydney?
Well, Katie, this is a really sad story. It's also very crazy, and it gets even crazier when you learn exactly how these 2 women were finally caught. We're going to get to that interview in a moment that you mentioned, but first, I just want our viewers to take a close look at your screen. There on the left is Vanessa Henderson. On the right, her 36-year-old girlfriend, Samantha Rabel. Back in May, police announced Vanessa's mother, 67-year-old Hildy Henderson, was murdered here at Charter House and quickly identified the couple as prime suspects. But investigators said then that the 2 women were already on the run and nowhere to be found. Then just last week, we learned they'd finally been arrested all the way in a small town in Ohio, where they'd fled and convinced a woman named Adrienne Behrman to take them in. Adrienne told me tonight the pair seemed trustworthy and that they told her they'd come to Ohio to leave a toxic living situation in Maryland. She believed them, and as a Christian who once struggled herself, said she wanted to help.
I was going away for a women's Christian retreat with one of my friends, and I just figured I wasn't going to be home. I've been homeless, so I just figured, they could use a little bit of downtime, get themselves together, maybe figure out their next step.
But when she came home from that retreat, Adrienne told me her neighbor mentioned the couple had ordered pizzas and alcohol while she was away, which felt odd to her since the women said they had no money. The pair then paid Adrienne, she said, $10 on Cash App for cigarettes, but that the name on Vanessa's Cash App was different than the name she'd given Adrienne. So Adrienne and her neighbor thought to Google the name Vanessa Henderson and see if anything came up.
And that is what came up, was they were wanted for murder. And my friend just kind of threw the phone in the air. It landed on the counter, and she was like, "They're murder suspects." And I was like, "Oh, all right, well, let me see that." And I looked at the phone to make sure that those were the women in my home, and I called 911. I'm glad that they're caught. I'm glad that they got apprehended the way that they did. I'm glad that I had part of it, just for that apprehension, to keep people like that off the streets.
Hard to imagine what that moment was like for Adrienne. She told me she's going to continue to offer a helping hand to people she meets if they ask for it, but that going forward, she's going to vet folks before she let them inside of their home. Katie, important to mention, both women have been extradited back to Maryland. They remain behind bars tonight and each face a first-degree murder charge.